What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld Podcast. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Sunday Wildcard games, and it started off with the Eagles at the Buccaneers, and a lot of you guys thought that the Eagles had a chance. I for one, like I said, the only wrong bet that I've made thus far is going to be the Cowboys, because I thought that they would find a way to not be Cowboys, and they just resorted back to being Cowboys, but that's besides the point. I knew that just based on the matchup, the Eagles couldn't deal with everything that Tom Brady had to offer, especially for the fact that he's just so cerebral out there on the field. It doesn't really matter that he's losing a lot of the receivers. Keep in mind, he left New England when they had nothing, and he was still finding ways to get them to the playoffs. So Mike Evans is not a slouch, bro. He just took a back seat when everybody else jumped in. You know what I'm saying? And he's a real teammate. He's like, look, you know what? I like the way rings feel. I'm not really worried about all these individual stats and these Pro Bowls. This is what I want. And all of a sudden, everybody's like, oh my God, where did he come from? He's always been there. He's always been that consistent receiver. So I knew him being there, Gronk being there. They got Brady. They got a couple other guys there that want to step up and make plays. I wasn't really worried about it. I just didn't really see how the Eagles would beat them. That was what I couldn't really figure out. And because I couldn't figure that out, I didn't even think about the Eagles having a chance. That was my thought process with it. So if you watch the game, you saw that it was easily, it was 31-zip. It was an easy job. Like, Tom Brady just made it look very, very easy. He went out there and handled his business, and it was absolutely embarrassing for the Eagles because it makes them look like they weren't competitive at all. I don't really know what went on with the game plan, but you just can't leave everybody open on play action in the red zone. You can't deep crossing routes. You got to play better coverage. Like, why are you playing man coverage against Tom Brady? You got to play that soft zone and try to send four, and that's what's going to be very, very interesting. I want to see how it works out, as he gets deeper into the playoffs, and the defenses become a little bit more advanced. The Eagles were very, very simplistic, and it was very, very easy reads. I don't think he had to think once. Now, they started to sack him a little bit because his old line became a little garbage, but they're going to adjust to that, and they'll figure out the way for him to get the ball out faster, and that's pretty much what they did. But they did get a couple sacks, while the blowout was going on, and offensive lineman Wirfs was out. The other lineman came in, he was out. It was a bunch of crap going on, but at the end of the day, it was a real embarrassment for the National Football League as far as the Eagles stepping out and thinking they could do something. But we knew that was going to happen. Most of us did, right? The Niners and the Cowboys. Now, this was absolutely hilarious because I picked the Cowboys, right? I picked the Cowboys to win. A lot of you guys laughed at me. Some of you guys were happy that I picked your team. I just felt that it was time for them to make a difference. Like, yo, bro, we got to stop doing what we've been doing for so long and, go another route and do something else that shows people that we have some common sense and some decency and we can put things together. The penalties that they got, the way that Dak played in the first half, Ezekiel Elliott not really doing anything. I don't know what is this team, bro? What is the Cowboys, bro? They went through all, like, they have enormous talent, and then the way the game ends. Okay, look, let me just say something. Some of you guys are like, they cheated. The refs cheated them because they were supposed to get up there earlier. It was like 14 seconds. They scrambled. They should have been able to get there. Dude, you have no timeouts. Why are you scrambling into the middle of the field? Like, what are you? What? Like, dude, listen. The Cowboys cowboyed the game away, and that's pretty much what it is. There's really no excuse. If you're a Cowboy fan, you got to just look at it and say, look, our coaching staff, whoever called that, is a complete idiot. I would just keep, like, they put the guys to the corner, on the sidelines because they kept getting corner routes up the field. You got to throw something else and try to get it down. You can't run around and scramble, and then the ref has to touch the ball before it's spotted. Like, dude, it just doesn't make any sense. And then the Niners, on the other hand, Jimmy Garoppolo tried to give you the game back. Like, he threw you a pick, you got to score. Like, everything was they could have easily come back and won the game. It's just that they had so many penalties on the final drive. When the Niners had the ball, it took so long for them to get the ball back. But the Dallas Cowboys are an absolute joke. Listen, dude, you're going to have to figure out how you want to work it. I don't know if Jerry Jones is ever going to take that step back. I think he's too old and too set in his ways to do it. So you're going to have to just live with the, what happens with the circumstances. But this is Jerry Jones. These are his calls. Nothing was pretty much Mike McCarthy. A lot of you guys want to fire Mike McCarthy, but he doesn't really have a say in major stuff that goes on with the game. So unless Jerry Jones wants to fire himself, it's not fair to Mike McCarthy. Do I think that he's a good coach? No, I don't. But in this situation, he's not really coaching anyone. Like, everything that's going on is Jerry Jones, bruh. So it's, okay, yo, dude, it's your team. Do what you got to do with it. And it can't be fun. Because if you really want something, you can't get it unless the owner approves it. So you're the head coach, but that's just entitled. You're not really doing anything else. Other than that, it's an absolute joke. You know, with the way the game actually unfolded. It's just, bro, what is going on with them? You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, it was an absolute disgusting situation. Now, this game right here, I'm here to tell you, the Steelers could have won this game. Let me tell you how. Deontay Johnson catches those 2 passes he drops, and the Steelers stay on the field for those 2 drives. TJ Watt still gets that, fumble for 6, and they maintain the game and put pressure on Patrick Mahomes, and this is a different game. Those 2 possessions when they had to get up the field because Deontay Johnson is too busy pre-game catching tennis balls and not catching real footballs, that he caused the momentum of the game to shift. And I really, really believe that, bro. That's how simple football is. Those 2 drives getting off the field cost them the game. Now, would I cut Deontay Johnson? Yes, if that's what you guys are going to ask me. Would I find out who the trainer was that's doing the tennis ball stuff? Yes, and I would fire him. I would definitely make sure he never works again in the league. Listen, dude, this is just stupid. It's like they're showing all his pregame ritual, and the idiot can't catch. Like, it's like, all right, so you're showing us all this stuff. Oh, look at the eye coordination. Oh, look at this, and then the guy can't catch a goddamn slam. Other than that, look, man, Travis Kelce went crazy, in the second half. At first, he couldn't even catch the damn ball. The Steelers came out with a game plan, but you can't win games if you can't stay on the field. You know what I'm saying? You punting the ball on slants when it's clearly wide open. They have to get rid of that guy. That guy needs to go now. Like, he doesn't need to be around. Like, nobody needs to see him in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? That guy sucks. But, it's Big Ben's swan song, man. I don't expect Big Ben to be back, to be purely honest with you. And the Chiefs started to play a lot better. We got to see how it works out. I can't wait for them to play the Bills to see how that goes. It's going to be very, very interesting to see the way that everything unfolds in the AFC, man. Because the Steelers played pretty tough up until the point Deontay Johnson came out and thought he was catching tennis balls and not footballs, bro. But I think defensively the Chiefs are a lot better. I think it's going to be a situation where who stays the healthiest is going to win as usual, because they do still have a lot of weapons on that squad, including the McKinnon. So we'll see how everything works out going forward. But I really did enjoy so far the weekend of wild card football. Obviously, we got to see what happens with the Cardinals and the Rams. I think I'm going to take the Cardinals, though. I don't really trust the Rams, so it is what it is, bro. I'm going to see you guys soon. Keep on enjoying. Stay well. Until next time. One love, y'all.